character I wouldn't play, that doesn't mean they're going to let me do it.
Yeah.
You know.
Would it be okay for you as a white actor to play a black character?
Obviously, that would be insensitive. And, you know, it's a difficult thing because even as a kid, I don't like being told no. It stimulates me. Sometimes I speak before I think, and I'll say, well, I can too, you know. But there are moments in time, and sometimes you have to be careful. And if you make the mistake of speaking out of turn, it's important to recognize it. And I think your question about Othello is, yes, I could try to, but why should I? What does that say beyond what it's going to obliterate? No matter how well I played Othello, the overriding concern and interest and criticism would be, why is he playing Othello? So why waste my energy? Aren't there other characters I could play? It's not a cop-out for me not to play Othello just because they told me I couldn't.
He's coming with the easy question.
Well, you know, this is a good... Acting is the easiest and most enjoyable thing that I know as an occupation when it works. When it's not working, it can be depressing. It can be one of the most humiliating, and because you're doing it in front of people, you know. But when I say it's a great time for acting, we draw from what's going on around us. Acting is a very intimate thing, in the sense that you are exposing yourself. A little, a lot, you know, depends on the moment, depends on the character. And when you're doing that with someone else, you know, like in Green Book, that if we didn't do that for each other, it wouldn't work. Two guys in a car, road trip, it could be pretty dull, you know, no matter how sparkling the dialogue is, you know. It's not all on you, but there are people trying to help you. The only thing that I always do is I ask myself the simple question, what happened before page 1? Right. You could spend the rest of your life answering that question.
Did you find, I don't know if he's still alive, did you find out those things?
He passed away the same year, 2013, within months of each other. Mahershala's character, Doc Shirley, and Tony Lippitt.
Did you meet his family, or?
Oh, yeah. That was invaluable to me. I have to say, I had a lot more resources, like obvious resources at my disposal than Mahershala did. You know, he had to do, the way you put it, I had to do the math based on this documentary, based on the music. But it was whatever you did, it worked. And I mean, it's beautiful. I had the guy who brought the story to Pete Farrelly, Nick Vallelonga. That's his son. And then Nick Vallelonga, and he said, I was freaking out when I said yes. I always do a little bit, and if I didn't, I'd be like, I must be getting jaded. But in this case, it was a little extra just because I'm not Italian-American. There's some pretty good Italian-American actors out there, and I was like, what am I doing? What am I doing? Pete, you're nuts. You're doing a drama. That's already a big chance. Now you're going to have me. But once I said yes, I said, okay, I got to talk to Nick Vallelonga immediately. And he said, well, come over, we'll have a meal. And, you know, long story short, he opened the doors very generously to everything he knew, all the materials he had about his father, recordings, which we both listened to.
Oh, wow.
Because he spoke about this trip, about them, and Nick had also spoken.
These tapes are like 20 years old, though, right?
Yeah. And Don Shirley, he taped him a little bit too, and because his father told him all this, he's a great storyteller, and he told him all this stuff that happened. He says, but if you're serious about doing this, Nick, you have to go talk to Doc Shirley, and you have to get him to corroborate, and if he wants to add, change, he objects to anything being told, so forth. And you know, Dr. Shirley was particular about certain things, and he told Nick, first of all, everything that Tony's saying here, yes, it happened, and then I'll tell you some other things, or I'll give you another perspective on certain moments, but I don't want you to tell this story until I'm dead. He's a private man. When you see the movie, you'll see there's probably good reasons he didn't want to, you know, for his family, for his whatever. I think his closer artist friends in New York knew about his sexuality and other things that maybe his family did. I don't know. We don't really know, but he didn't want
just knowing the time.
Yes.
Like, and it's easy for us to forget in 2018. You go back to the 50s and 60s that people had a lot to protect. You're coming out of the lavender scare or what have you. Like, there are real reasons why people needed to, you know, and just culturally as well, all those things play a part, you know, in people wanting to own their privacy. And you could throw all that away, and if someone still wants to keep something private, that's their business. I'm Mahershala Ali.
My name is Richard E. Grant.
I'm Chadwick Boseman.
Hi, I'm Timothy Chalamet, and you're watching The Hollywood Reporter.
The Hollywood Reporter Actor Roundtable.
Actors Roundtable.
Actor Roundtable.
On YouTube.
YouTube.
YouTube.